In order to make a wise decision in this property market, we need to understand the market movement in the last 12 years. Let's recap what happened. So this is a chart showing HDB and private property price movement. In 2008-2009, Lehman Brothers, followed by subprime crisis. In 2010, global financial crisis. This led to huge amount of money circulated to build out economies, and the money has to go somewhere. It went into safe havens in time of crisis, aka political economical safe assets. So Singapore property market boom in 2009 to 2012 despite many rounds of cooling measures by the government. Although the crisis was external but causing our property price to inflate. In 2013, it hit a turning point because the cooling measures came to a point where it affected many buyers due to ABSD and TDSR affordability. Plus, the world is on recovery from the earlier crisis. As for HDB, there was a shortage in 2009 to 2011, causing resale HDB prices to go up. So Common One announced a wave of BTO projects as well as GRS sites after he took over MND. Hence, this caused an excess of HDB supply between 2014 and 2017, plus the cooling measures, hence that suppressed the overall housing prices to drop, both in HDB and private. In 2016 and 17, developers start to run out of land banks, causing an en bloc wave. And those big cash out money from en bloc owners return back to the market to buy the private properties. Along with pent-up demand after a lull period, rising income, and population, so it pushed up private property prices. Due to the huge wave of a BTO that came after Common One increased HDB sites between 2012 to 2016, these BTO owners live in 5 years and start to sell at MOP. As you can see, the huge MOP period till end of 2022, a lot of upgraders will cash out their first pot of gold to buy a bigger HDB or private housing. With this influx of HDB upgraders, that's why demand has been very strong. So these are the main factors and reasons of upward prices over these last few years. Yes, the market is inflated now. So what is similar and what is different now from the last upswing in 2009 to 2012? So crisis. Pandemic although affected our economy and livelihood, but every time crisis seems to boost our resilient property market. Back in 2010, Singapore also benefited from the external crisis as a huge influx of foreign direct investment and money liquidity from QE. Private supply dropped a lot due to continuous high demand after COVID started. As for HDB, due to delay in construction, hence both resale HDB and private demand become strong and prices shot up. And this time round, demand is even stronger than 2009 to 2012 with a high amount of BTO reaching MOP. Last time there wasn't such a situation. So the next question is when will it go down? And few points to note. So there's a land supply these few years have been tight with not much GRS sites causing strong and high bidding by developers. So the en bloc wave is restarting again if you have been observing the property news. It will take another 1 to 2 years for these new sites to launch in the market. Pandemic had affected many business and it seems that government is allowing the prices in all sectors some free play to allow economy and businesses to recover. Macroeconomics, spending helps in recovery of the economy and country's GDP. That's why we see everything seems to be inflated and prices going up. Take COE, car prices and property for example. And the government seems not intervening in the meantime. Supply and demand, okay, is mismatched. Especially since COVID has caused delays in the construction and replenishing supply also needs time. So in conclusion, from all these data points and economical factors, my analysis is that resale property prices will likely soften probably in 2024 to 2025, notwithstanding any sudden heavy intervention from government. And the new private property prices will see a new level of new high prices from 2022 to 2023 onwards, given the recent record-breaking land bids in GLS and the en bloc wave that is coming.